If this video found you today, it's not an accident. Stay with me until the end because the fifth sign may completely change the way you see your life right now. Maybe lately, you felt like you are standing inside a life that no longer fits you. You feel more exhausted, more sensitive, more emotionally disconnected from the world around you. And maybe what once made you happy, now suddenly feels empty. If you feel confused lately, please know this. You are not losing yourself. Your soul may simply be outgrowing its current reality. And today, we will talk about 5 powerful signs. The universe may be preparing you for a massive life change. Some of these signs may feel uncomfortable, but they often appear right before a deep transformation begins. Take a deep breath, relax your mind, and let's begin. First sign is, you no longer resonate with your old life. One of the strangest feelings during spiritual transformation is realizing that the life you once accepted no longer feels aligned with your soul. Maybe lately, you feel disconnected from certain conversations, certain environments, and certain people. Things that once entertained you now feel empty, and maybe you don't even understand why. You try to explain it logically, but deep inside, you know something has changed. Sometimes your soul evolves before your reality does. And during that phase you can feel trapped between 2 versions of yourself. The old version, and the person you are becoming. This is why many people feel lonely during transformation. Not because they are alone, but because they no longer energetically resonate with what once surrounded them. And this can feel painful, especially when people around you don't understand what you are going through. But growth changes your energy. And once your energy changes, your soul naturally starts rejecting what no longer aligns with your path. Sometimes we think transformation will feel exciting and magical all the time, but often, it begins with confusion, emotional distance, and inner discomfort. Because before we create a new life, we first begin separating emotionally from the old one. The second sign is, you feel emotionally overwhelmed more easily. Maybe lately you cry more. You feel more sensitive. You need more silence and more time alone, and sometimes even small situations affect you deeply. You may feel emotionally exhausted without understanding why. And many people think this means weakness. But spiritually, emotional sensitivity often increases before a major transformation. Because your soul is releasing old energies that it can no longer carry. Pain, disappointments, suppressed emotions, fear, old emotional wounds. Transformation is not only about receiving blessings. Sometimes transformation begins with emotional cleansing. And healing is not always beautiful. Sometimes healing feels messy. Sometimes it feels like everything inside you is becoming too much. Pause for a moment. Can you think of one thing, one relationship, or one situation in your life that has been feeling emotionally heavy lately? Sometimes we already know deep inside what no longer aligns with our soul, but we are afraid to let it go. But every emotional release creates space for a new version of yourself to emerge. So if lately you feel more emotional than usual, please don't judge yourself too harshly. Your soul may simply be trying to free itself from energies that no longer belong to your future. The third sign is, your intuition becomes stronger. You begin sensing things before they happen. You start feeling people's energy immediately. You notice synchronicities, repeating numbers, dreams that feel strangely meaningful, strong gut feelings you cannot ignore anymore. And maybe before, you used to doubt yourself, but now your intuition becomes louder and louder. almost as if something inside you is trying to guide you. And honestly, this is one of the most powerful signs of spiritual transformation. Because the more aligned you become with your authentic self, the more connected you become to your inner voice. Sometimes the universe communicates through intuition more than words. A feeling, a sudden realization, an inner knowing, a strange coincidence, a message that appears at the perfect time. And maybe right now, this video is one of those moments for you. Wait until you hear the fifth sign, because it may help you realize that you are not losing yourself. You are finally finding yourself. And as your inner voice becomes louder, it slowly starts revealing what no longer belongs in your life. And this leads us to one of the most painful signs of transformation. The fourth sign is: things begin ending unexpectedly. Relationships change, friendships disappear, situations collapse, plans fail, people drift away. And this can feel heartbreaking, because we often try to hold on to things long after they have already expired energetically. Sometimes we stay in places that no longer nourish us because we fear change. But not every ending is punishment. Sometimes endings are preparation. Sometimes the universe removes what no longer aligns with your future, before your mind can fully understand why. And yes, it hurts when something ends, especially when we are emotionally attached. But many times, what leaves our life creates space for something far more aligned with our soul. Think about how many times in life you thought something ending would destroy you, and later realized it redirected you towards something better. Transformation often requires space, and space is usually created through endings. The fifth sign is: you feel a deep desire for peace, authenticity, and a different kind of life. You stop wanting drama. You stop chasing validation. You stop trying to fit into places where you must constantly betray yourself to be accepted. And slowly, you begin craving something deeper. Inner peace, authentic connections, purpose, healing, freedom. You begin realizing that external success means nothing if your soul feels exhausted inside. And maybe now, you dream about a softer life, a life where you can finally feel emotionally free. A life where you can be yourself without fear. A life that feels aligned with your spirit, instead of constantly draining it. And honestly, this may be one of the strongest signs that your soul is awakening into a new chapter. Because transformation is not becoming someone else. Transformation is returning to who you truly are underneath all the fear, pain, conditioning, and expectations. So if you are experiencing these signs right now, please remember this. You are not failing. You are not broken. You are not losing yourself. You are transforming. And sometimes before the most beautiful chapters of our life begin, everything feels uncertain. But uncertainty does not mean destruction. Sometimes uncertainty simply means your old reality can no longer contain the person you are becoming. Trust the process. Trust your intuition. Trust your inner growth. And trust that maybe the universe is guiding you toward a reality that is far more beautiful than anything you are leaving behind. Thank you for being here with me today. And if this message resonated with your soul, you can gently like this video and subscribe to become part of our Soul Essence family. And remember, your new life may already be closer than you think.